So welcome to today's video, and in today's video we are going to look at how we can build this input here. Thus we can chat with ChatGPT here. So if you look here, we created this part here, this button here in our last video. So today's video we are going to just look at how we can now add this input that will allow us to write the text to chat and submit to ChatGPT. So if you haven't liked this video, kindly like this video, and also if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, kindly subscribe so that you can support my channel. So let's go inside the video. So let's now go inside this ChatGPT here, and you can see this input here, and you can see now here is where we can type anything that we want to ask ChatGPT. So let me first of all remove everything here, and then let's go into our ChatGPT here, our clone that we are building now. So I'll just now navigate to our code here, and I think this is the code. So let me close this code here so that I'm not confused. So let me also pull this up here. So inside this app.component.html now, we start looking at here at chat box here. So this is where we'd start. So what I'll do, I'll just delete everything like that, and then I'll now start coding this input. This input here, the input that we are seeing here in ChatGPT here, I'll start coding it now right here in this area here that we call chat box. So the first thing that I'll do, I'll add a div here, and this div I will create a class. I will create a class of, let me call it chat input holder. Yeah, let me add a holder here. So this one is holder here. So let me add that one like that, and then inside here now we need to add form because we need to submit form here. So inside here I won't add on submit right now. We will do that later on. And the other thing, let me first of all remove these spaces because I feel like I'm adding a lot of spaces, unnecessary spaces. So the other thing is that now I can add another thing like input now. Inside this form I can add an input here, and this input I want to give it a class and a placeholder. So I will create up here a class, and then this class I will call it chat input, and then text area, just like that, text area, and that is okay. So let me add the placeholder here. So placeholder, and this whole and the holder here I will say type message, and here just like that. I think that's okay now. So after this, now we have completed what we wanted here in the input, because I think this now will be okay. So now we can now go back in our code, but first of all let me format this, and then we'll go to our CSS now to style this input. So close this. Let me go back and see how it looks first of all before we start styling, and let it load. And you can see here we have this type message input here, but as you can see here, this input for ChatGPT is right here at the bottom. So let's go back here in our application. So the next thing that we do now, let's go back into our our CSS here, and now we'll start doing a couple of things and to style it in order for it to be at the bottom there, that where we want it. So I will select the class that we called the input, or I will start by the div, and this div we called it chat. Here we give it the class of chat, and then input, and then text area, just like that, just like that. So what I can do here now, I can add a background color, and this background color will add it from the ChatGPT. So I just type it. So it is this one here that I'm adding. So it is 141F. just like that. I think, yes, that's okay. So another thing that I will add is the wind. I'll add the wind to be 80% right now. And the other thing that I will add also is the border radius. So border radius here, and the border radius, I'll add it as 5 pixels. The other thing is border color. I'll add a border color, and for right now, I'll say this border color should be none. The other thing is also the border. I'll add a border of none because we don't want to have any border. And the other thing I want to add is I say is a margin. Margin here, I'll add the margin of 12 pixels, and then I will just say padding also because we require to have a padding. The other thing that we need to have is now outline. Also, the outline will be none. So the other thing is color, and the color of our text will be white. So this one will be white, and then the other thing is font size. And right now I want to use a font size of 1.2 em, and box shadow here. So let me add box shadow, because if you come here in this application, ChatGPT here, you can see we have some shadow here. So let's go back here, and you can see already it's taking shape. So in here, I want to add the border here, border shadow. So I'll just add that 0, and then as 0 again, 8 pixels, 5 pixels, and 0 here, and then I'll say RGBA, this one here, but because it's not white, it is black, a variation of white or black color. So I'll just add 0, and then 0, 0, and then 0.5, just like that one here. So that's what I wanted now to add. So you can see right now how cool it is. And now we need to position it, because remember, we need to position it down at the bottom. So to do that, I'll add the other class that we had. So the chart holder, or chart input holder, and this was the div that we added. So I'll add this chart input holder here before the chart input text area. So this one I'll add as padding, and then this padding will say 12 pixels, just like that. And then the other thing that I want to add is position absolute here. And then I'd add bottom to be 0 here. And then the other thing is left. The left will say 0 also. And then the last thing that I want to do is the right. And I'll say right should be 0, just like that. So let's see what it will appear, the input, how it will appear. So let it save, and I expected it to just move down here, but I think it's because I have not added a position relative to our chat box here, up here. So this is the chat box here, and I say position here should be relative. So position relative, just like that. So save it, and then let's see what will happen. So it's not going to the bottom as I expected. So let me see if I misspelled something here. So I think I misspelled somewhere. So let me look at it. So I think this one here I misspelled, or something of the sort. If I don't here, so let me copy this just the way it is. So copy this one, and then inside here I can just paste it here. So let us paste it there, and then let us save, and then see if we get the results. Yes, you can see that was the problem there. I misspelled the class name. So you can see now this is taking shape, and it's almost looking now like ChatGPT here. So what that we'll be doing now in the next video we're creating some text here, because don't think this I won't add all of these things here because it is unnecessary. So I will now add the text here and here, just like that. So let me end this video here because I don't want it to be longer than this, and then I'll see you in the next video where I start now looking at how we can add here some text here. So